Evening, City of Lowell, Board of Parks, Wednesday, September 25th, 2024. There is a sign-in sheet, if everybody hopefully had signed in. Thank you. We have a short agenda, so hopefully I can get out of here before midnight. Melissa Phillips, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm just here for, I had to cancel one of the fairs September 29th due to the rain.
Okay.
So I wanted to see you to have that taken off my account.
You said September?
That's when you have Sunday.
I'm sorry, it was August.
August 18th.
August 18th,
and it was
yeah.
canceled August
Yeah.
15th? Okay.
And it was raining, so we couldn't have it.
You didn't have umbrellas?
No, nobody would stop and.
Yeah, I know, it makes it tough.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions or concerns?
I have a question. Melissa, do you have another date set up that you're...
Sunday, this coming Sunday.
This Sunday?
Yep,
And you already paid?
not yet.
You haven't paid for it, so you're looking for credit from this one to use towards that?
Yeah.
If
Yep.
we vote
Yeah.
to give you
Yeah,
credit?
this Sunday's gonna be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
All right. So you already requested this Sunday? You've already?
Oh, yeah,
I think she's been approved. I know she's been approved for another date. I
Yeah.
just wasn't
Just
sure.
haven't paid.
Sunday, and I have one in October, too.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
okay.
All right. Motion to move the credit towards those dates?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'll make the motion to give credit for the date of the August 18th that was canceled on August 15th, and give her credit towards her future dates.
I have two more coming up.
What are those dates, please?
This Sunday,
Date.
the 29th,
Okay.
and
9/29,
October 27th.
10/27. Okay. Is that good with you?
Yep, I make the motion.
A second?
I'll second it.
All right. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set.
Thank you.
All right.
Good luck, Melissa.
So, okay. Hopefully everybody heard me. Thank you. Okay, Jonathan Keough, flag football fundraiser. Welcome.
Good evening, how you guys doing?
Good.
Take it.
A little tired, I know everybody can get off the 8 to 5. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What can we do for you?
So next Saturday, we were looking to host a flag football tournament for teams in the local Merrimack Valley area to help fundraise money for a trip to Florida.
Your trip?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so, we have a team that
Thank you.
compete locally around, but we're looking to compete nationally in January for a USA flag tournament. So we're just looking to host a tournament to fundraise money.
Okay. South Common Field is available, Heather?
Sure is.
Okay. The resident fee would be $100.
We're looking to, I think, 200.
You want to pay us 200? We'll take
You want to pay 200?
We'll take
We'll pay
200. No, we're not going to argue with you.
It depends on the timing, correct?
What time do you want it for? We have you from 8 to 4, and the charge will be $100 for all that.
Can we look to extend it to 6 p.m.?
To 6? You want to start at 8?
Yes.
8 to 6?
Yes.
Okay. How many teams you got coming?
Are you planning on starting the game at 6 o'clock?
Well, we don't know what time we will end. We have 3 formats, so we do it by formats. So we have men's,
Yeah.
women's, and then we have co-ed.
You know, right after 6, it gets dark pretty quick.
Yeah,
By
but
6:30, it's getting...
You can't see.
Do we have lights here?
there are lights. We play there Thursdays, so there are lights.
There are lights.
So that's Thursday,
You want lights?
since it's Saturday.
Are the lights on anyways, you're saying?
No, they're already
Yes.
there on
Shannon, the lights go on there?
Thursdays. They have a permit
Only
for
on
Thursdays.
specific permitted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So if you want the lights for that night, you're going to have to pay for the lights.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We can include that as well, just in case.
Okay, light fee, Heather?
South Common doesn't have a light fee.
I think to be consistent with, we charge the light fields for every place else, we just charge $100, right?
Only for the stadium.
Shannon, go ahead.
Yeah, the only place we charge for light fees is for Rizzo's Field.
For what?
Okay.
For Rizzo's and alumni, up at
Rizzo's
Raleigh.
and alumni.
No other field in
Yeah.
the city.
All right, from what I was understanding earlier, that we can charge, we have that flexibility of being able to charge if someone's using lights at some other place. And my understanding, it's up to the board if we want to charge for the lights being
All right.
used at other parts.
Do we have lights at South Common Pertel Field?
There are lights.
We do, but if the permit's only going to 6 o'clock, we're not going to put them on.
Right.
Okay. All right. So, and you don't think you need it after 6?
No.
All right.
Yeah, we play normally on Thursday nights.
So you just want to go to 6 then, from 8 to
Yes.
6?
Yes, sir.
All right. Then you, light fees, a couple $100.
No.
All right? I make your decision for you. All right. So,
So that would be another $25.
yeah, it'd be another $25 for that, so the fee now would be $125.
Okay.
All right, you good with that?
Yes, sir.
Unless you want to pay us 200 more.
No, no. Got my own bills to pay.
Okay.
Okay,
Any
I'll
other
make, the-
thoughts or concerns? Go ahead, Tommy.
I'll make the motion, to accept the time and dates with a fee of $125.
Second?
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries, you're all set, good luck.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Have a good evening.
All righty.
too.
Okay, we have William Robolino, please. Welcome.
Just someone here, someone want to give us money?
Good evening, what are you doing?
Yeah, we are using a court in San Luis Park for play volleyball,
Okay,
but I want to know if we can change it to use the softball court because the court got a light. So we are using 5 to 7. I want to change 4 to 8. If we can change the credit to the other.
so you want to change the location and the time?
Yes.
So basically scrap this.
John, he currently has the St. Louis basketball courts
Okay.
for 2 hours. He has 2 courts.
Mhm.
He wants to cancel what he already has approved by the board
Okay,
and use the softball field because they have better lights on the softball field.
Okay.
So he wants to use one field for 2 hours. So if you guys allow him to cancel one and move it to the other, the fee would offset because it's one field for 2 hours versus, or one field for 4 hours versus 2 fields for 2 hours. So that's what he's looking to do. And he wants to also cook now as well, right? You said you want to barbecue?
yeah,
What are you going to be doing there? Is it volleyball or?
We call the game called equavolley, like a volleyball, but with three players each team.
it's a fascinating game to watch. You gotta be in shape.
Mr. Chairman, is
Yes,
that
sir.
field suitable for what he wants to do? I mean, it's a big difference between a basketball court and using a field. Basketball court, I can see probably doing a volleyball or football, whatever, but you're using a field here. I don't know if that's different. I don't know what game he's talking about. They're playing
We're playing volleyball.
volleyball.
They can put up a
I'm
net.
not sure if that field is.
It's a stone dust infield, yeah. It's,
Yeah.
Okay.
Shouldn't be a major
Is something
concern.
similar to what we're doing at the Clemente?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Okay, so the transfer of the fields and everything should be okay. And you said you wanted to cook?
Yeah, we're gonna keep a grill with us.
Okay.
You
You're
know.
not allowed to bring propane.
Okay, no problem.
If you had charcoal, you're fine, but you should also check with the local fire department, let them know what you're doing. And if you bring in food, that's fine, all right?
So we can do it.
Yeah, you should be able to do it, yeah. The rest of these guys say, okay, you should be able to do
As
it,
long as you don't use propane, then you can do it.
Okay, thank you.
okay?
I have a question for Heather.
Sure.
Heather, his original permit that we approved had, I'm looking at it, it had about maybe 8 dates, and now he's condensing it down to, what's he condensing?
4.
now?
5.
5.
5.
So the original approval was for $400, and he wants credit towards it. Did he pay the $400?
He did.
He did. So what are we saying, it's just gonna be a wash because he's already used it for a couple dates? He already used it the first 8th and 15th,
Right, it's gonna be a wash.
and the 22nd. So we're only gonna be doing the 29th, October 6th, 13th, and 20th, right?
Correct.
At $250?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. I'll make the motion, Mr. Chairman, if there's no further questions,
Okay,
to approve the time and dates requested, with credit going towards the date that's requested of the 29th of September, 6th, 13th, 28th, and 27th of October, from 4 to 8 p.m. At $250. And I know we have some questions, and we have a protocol, Mr. Chairman,
Mhm.
about cooking.
right. I just went over that with him.
What's that?
I said, just went over that, it's not allowed propane. You can have charcoal.
So I'll make that motion to approve the dates
Okay,
and times
yeah,
as
all right.
requested with the money.
Thanks, Mr. Ruby.
I'll second it.
You have any other questions for us?
No, that's it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You all set? Good luck. Okay. Jose Lazu, please. Jose Lazu, charity flag football. Okay. Jason McCreven, please. Welcome.
Thank you.
Got a walkathon going, huh?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And who's the beneficiary of that?
Shaughnessy Elementary School.
Oh, okay, good, good. So what exactly are you doing?
Fundraiser for our school. We're just walking around the field in rotations throughout the day, and the kids get some exercise, and we raise some money for the school.
Sounds great.
Yes.
Sounds
Good day.
You done this before?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I kind of thought so. All right, anyone else have any questions or concerns?
I'll make a motion to accept the time and dates, no fee.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You all set? Good luck.
Thank you.
Need that rain or shine? I mean, I know it's easy for you guys to move it to another day, but,
Yeah, we did the rain date for the 18th as well.
oh, we got a rain date.
11th, yep.
Yeah, if you turn the page.
Oh,
Yeah.
stuck together. All right, we're good. Okay.
Thank you.
My bad, as the kids say. Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the rain date of Friday, October 18th at no fee.
I'll
Second.
it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Motion carries.
We'll
All right,
cancel.
sorry, I didn't see that.
No worries, and we'll cancel if we use the original date.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, thank you. It's never gonna be an issue there, so, all right, I didn't see that. Okay. Must be getting old. Number 6, discussion and...
We'll do that last.
That's Mr. Rooks. We will postpone that till the end. Okay, number 7, Tara Perry. Welcome. Hi.
Here because I had to cancel one of my events, but I didn't make payment, so I had talked to Heather about getting that fee waived. My mom passed away unexpectedly, so
Oh.
it made sense to have to cancel
Yeah.
the end of August. So.
Of course.
All right, so you didn't hold the event and you didn't
No,
pay us?
and I
you got the-
actually notified Heather, and then
Okay.
I had texted Shannon as
All
well.
right, so you just want to clean the slate?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have an event that's all set and permitted for October 5th. It was just the September event that.
Okay. Okay, sorry to hear about the loss of
Thank
your mom.
you. Thank you.
Okay. Questions,
Okay.
concerns, motion?
Make a motion?
Yeah.
Accept the credit, 440, right?
So I didn't make payment for it, so there
So-
should be a zeroed out balance.
Okay, just-
Okay.
Waiving the fee, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so just wait, yeah, waive everything.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set,
Thank
Tara. All right, Caleb Balamotis, please. Hello.
Caleb.
Okay.
Merrimack Valley Flag Football. We got kicked back from last week to this week. I think she might have 2 on the agenda tonight. One of them is a credit from our last season, and the other one is a schedule.
Okay.
You did mention she was going on vacation, so she wanted me to fill in for her today. I don't know what agenda item you're calling right now.
So she had an outstanding balance of $500,
Okay.
but she canceled it prior to the permit being needed.
Okay,
She
So
just
now
never
she's-
came to the meeting.
Right, she never scheduled a time to come to the meeting, so they want to clear that up now. They're
Okay.
looking for credit for those dates.
and they never used.
Or really the fee waived.
All right, they never used the dates,
Correct,
correct?
yep.
Okay. Okay. What was the rationale for canceling everything?
Scheduling. We didn't get the teams that we were expecting to get, so we didn't need the two fields. Basically, what we did was we did gauge 1 and gauge 2
Right,
for the, what are we in, fall now, for the spring.
okay.
And then we just didn't get the teams necessary for the second field, so we just ran on the first field and paid for that portion of the permit.
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay. Other questions or concerns?
So right now, we have requests or granted other dates, correct?
Correct.
Heather?
Yep, that's right.
And is that paid?
No, so they didn't pay the $500 fee from the spring. So now they're looking for new dates, and they want the fees waived from the field that they did not use in the spring.
Did they pay for the other fields?
They didn't.
They didn't pay,
No, so they want that fee waived because they didn't use it.
okay?
They want
All
the
right,
wash.
all right.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I think Rudy's onto something. So we requested 2 fields last spring season. We did pay for the 1 field, and we're looking to get the second field waived because we never used it.
You never used it?
Okay,
Okay.
That first field was paid for last.
Yeah.
Right.
okay, okay.
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
and
All
this
right.
So the outstanding balance of 500 is for the second.
Second field.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the new dates, I think we're good with, because it was only the 1 day from last week, and we haven't used any of the,
All right, so we got 2 items here.
Right.
One to address the
yeah,
the outstanding fee, and the other the new dates that you want to go forward.
yep, yep.
All right, so we'll deal with the one of the outstanding fee first, since it was never used and they notified us in time, we should be able to waive that. It was never paid, so the whole thing should just go
Okay.
away. I need a
Okay.
motion to that
So,
effect.
Mr. Chairman, we're breaking this down into an A and B.
Yes.
So A, I'll make a motion on A that we waive the fees for the fields not being used or the dates that requested prior to, that was approved.
I'll second it.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
All opposed? Motion carries, you're all set. So the second part now will be the request of the new dates coming forward, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And we got September 28th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dates, is that
9
correct?
dates,
9,
yep.
okay. And that's because it's all youth,
And you're just going to use 1 field?
1 field, correct.
one field, all youth. So
Ah,
youth fee would be 0.
50, no, 50/50.
Okay,
Some youth and some adults, so the youth is only going to be for 4 weeks. So we do have a fee.
all right, so it's
Yeah.
split, kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
So which dates would be the adult?
All
November
of them.
2nd, all of them?
All of them, yeah. So we'll have a fee. I'm not going to look to get the youth fee waived or anything, because it's just a conjunction with the DEA. So we got grant money to pay for it,
Okay,
so I'm fine. I'm not trying to.
all right.
Man, everybody wants to get money like that.
We like this.
So,
All right.
so Heather? Mr. Chairman, I got a question for Heather.
Yeah, go ahead.
Heather? We have what is the fees going to be for what he's requesting now?
So the resident adult fee is $25. It would be
9 days.
50, yep, so it would be $50 per day times 1, 2,
Times
3,
9,
4, times
$450.
9, $450, yep.
And then our total, because we did have 1 permit access granted for last Saturday. So our total fee for this fall would be $500.
500, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I like it, people want to give us more money.
Miss any other dates?
I love Matt.
All right, so 500.
I do have a question.
sure.
So is this so it's like just flag football games, like with the kids and?
Well, so what we're essentially doing is we run an adult flag football league every 2 times a year, 1 in the fall and 1 in the spring.
Okay.
But we also work with the LPD, and then this year we started to work with the DEA to work some side programs. I do work with Mike, who's running a 4-week program in October. It's a community program, but that runs throughout the week. It's difficult for me to get the time off of work. But I do like the logistics of it and help them scheduling, and I do the tournament with them at Cawley on the 26th, October 26th,
Okay.
like the end of the 4-week program. But one of the things that the DA approached us with this year is running a 16-hour program through the month of October, which gets high school girls into flag football. So we're going to do a 4-week program, 4 hours a week, using the same dates and times that we run our adults, because one of the things that we also run in the fall is adult women. So the girls will have an opportunity to see the women play and then get a little inspiration out of it.
I like that.
Right.
I am, please, I have never touched a football, but.
Down Saturday.
You will now.
It's Field. I'm actually looking for players. So if you
He's your quarterback. He's your quarterback.
Listen, it'll just be it'll be embarrassing
No,
all
seriously.
around. But no, actually, when is it?
Saturday, between I think we got 2 games scheduled Saturday,
So
9 and 10.
I'm actually down to come. But then that said, I mean, I'd like to make a motion because it is something that is enriching the community, and also listen, girls giving girls an opportunity to actually to do something that otherwise people wouldn't necessarily let them do.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd like to make a motion for waiving all the fees.
thank
I have
you.
a question, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
One question. So, are you aware that there's another adult flag football league in the city?
Yeah, absolutely.
Chicken Dinners, are you guys affiliated in any way or not?
No,
With
I
Chicken
mean we were.
They used to use the Ryan Field.
Yeah, and they're up at.
Now
I
they
mean,
use the
so a little bit of history. Me and Chicky were partners at one time.
Yeah, okay.
And he decided to venture
Okay,
off into
okay,
doing his
I
own
didn't-
thing. But no competition. No, yeah, we're perfectly fine. We're friends.
That's fine.
At the end of the day, we're friends.
You there, who knows that team gets into the
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Cow, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh no worries. Oh no. No. So I mean, it's a great opportunity, and it's giving kids something to look forward to, something good to do, something productive. So, I'd like to make a motion to waive the fees and do the resident youth fee.
Thank you.
So,
Okay. I would need a second on that. All right, that dies for lack of a second.
No.
It already told you if you want to pay us.
Mr. Chairman, and I want
Yes.
to say my concerns, and Commissioner Conlon could give it. My concern is we're already charging leads to do this now.
Same thing.
Doing the same thing.
okay.
I think not to do it may cause us some bigger problems down the road. I
fair.
appreciate what they're doing, and I think
Right.
they know down the road when you're using kids or you're giving back to the community, we'll waive all your fees. You're giving back to the community and doing kids, but when you're doing adult league, and in most cases, the flag football, they're paying per team, they're not, they enter that league, so there is a little bit of money being used here. I just think that if we do this, not that.
No, and at the end of the day,
That Mr. Hernandez, who we've already charged, is gonna come back and say, hey, why did I get charged?
Totally
So
agree.
it's just a matter of rationale being fair.
and honestly, I totally agree. I mean, I'm pretty sure she
And I feel the same
needs
way.
to
That's
come
what I
in
was
because flag football at the end of the day does do a little bit of damage on the field. So I'm hoping that the fees that we pay goes back into the maintenance.
And I appreciate Commissioner, with.
Right.
with
Yeah,
her-
thank you. I appreciate it.
It's a dilemma for us to do that.
It's a fine line we draw between helping the community, because any organization that involves adults or children in
Yeah.
the city helps the community.
Absolutely.
Where do you draw that line? And
Right.
it is difficult. And if we charge for A, we have to charge for B.
I completely
So-
understand. Been doing this 11 years. I've been in it.
I know, you've been around a long time. When you beginning said, we want to pay you, I said,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Usually it's the other way around.
I think there's more contact in flag than there is in tackles.
Yeah, sometimes you're right. Sometimes you're
All
right.
right. All right. We have another motion?
So, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to grant the dates and times requested at a fee of $500.
I'll second it.
Well, wait. Agenda item is $450. We already have one that was approved for last Saturday for $50 already.
Did you pay that 50?
That should be already taken care of. She can verify if not.
So I never approved that permit because of the
Okay,
outstanding
so it's already,
balance.
so, okay, all right, that's fine. You're right.
That's it.
You're right,
Okay.
that's perfect.
We good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
All right.
I'll second it.
All right. Further discussion? All in favor?
All right.
All right.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
What time is it
Keep
again?
up your good work,
First
buddy.
game's at 9, Gage Field. Well, we
What
have
time
another one at
is the
10.
second? Thank you. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate that.
All right, good luck.
Drawing a blank on his name.
Right, make one.
What? His name?
That was mine.
No.
Do you have his name?
Mayon
Mayon,
Mitchell.
yeah. It was on the tip of my tongue, but I didn't want to come out and look sounding terrible.
Next one, right? Not nine.
No.
No. Okay. Okay, Macon Senra, please. Macon Senra. Request to cancel $875 fee for flag football at South Common. Okay, no go. All right, Jesse Stroud, please. Right?
I don't know,
That
but
one's a
you're
no-go.
representing this one.
Melissa Pimentel, please.
I'm sorry, John, I didn't hear you. Jesse couldn't make it tonight, so I'm going to represent him so we can save that for the end.
Okay, I'll move that to the, okay. Just remind me, please. Okay, Melissa,
Hi.
welcome.
So the Greater Lowell Tech girls soccer team would like to host a car wash this Saturday at the alumni.
Okay. Greater Lowell Tech, you're coming into town.
Yeah.
Did a Lowell girls soccer team know you're putting that on?
I'm sure they probably have their own.
Yeah, they do, they do, they do. I'm just trying to create a little bit of friendly
Yeah.
competition here, that's all. Okay. We've already been to the site, know what you want to use, an alumni, right in the beginning parking lot there, where everybody
Yeah,
pulls
right
in.
next to the baseball field.
Right. Shannon, they have access to all the water and everything there?
Yes.
All right.
I actually had a question on that, on what they're, where would we find like the hoses and is it?
You would have to supply the hoses.
Okay.
Yeah, so the spigots and everything are just below the
Okay.
press box on the, underneath there.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
And the soap too, I think.
Yep,
So, yeah.
we already have that.
Okay, any other questions or concerns you have for us?
Mr. Chairman.
All right, Mr. Rudy.
Is there a custodian out there at that time?
Saturday the 28th, unless something's going on, but I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
I haven't gotten the hours for this weekend.
Well, all right. It makes a big difference in my motion, because if my motion, if we have a custodian out there, I don't want to charge him a fee. But if there is no custodian out there, then you have to pay for the custodian to come out there, because it's not
Right.
his regular hours.
Okay,
But we're gonna check on it, and the secretary and the superintendent and the parks will, if there is nobody out there, then we're gonna have, can you understand that, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, I totally, I was going to recommend the same thing, and it's being this weekend, you can hold on processing it to the middle of next week, because if you pay us, to get your money back from them, it's like an act of God.
so the custodian has to be there?
If the custodian is there, we can
He has
waive
to
the
unlock the
fee.
gate so you could get
Right.
in and hook up the hoses and
Right.
everything.
Okay, so we're not able to hook it up ourselves?
All right.
Correct?
All right.
Okay.
Is that okay with you, Heather?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
There will be somebody, 7 to 8:30 on Saturday.
Okay, so 7 to 8:30, you're covered.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Rudy, you're up.
And the custodian is also there, just so you know, to help you.
Okay,
If you need something, you're not sure of things, the custodian is there to help you.
okay,
And that's why normally if there was no custodian, you would have to pay for the custodian. He's there to serve you.
Okay.
Help you with your bathroom, anything else you need. But if there's custodian already there, I'm gonna make a motion that, grant time and date requested, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at no fee.
Second?
Further discussion? All in favor?
All right.
All opposed? Have fun.
thank you.
All right.
Have a good night.
Good luck, guys.
Okay, Anthony Molina, please. Anthony Molina? Okay, Paul O'Neill, please. Welcome.
Thank you. Curious question.
Yes,
How many people on the board?
there are 5.
Five, one's missing tonight.
One's missing tonight?
Yes.
Oh. All right. I'm trying to get your approval to host a cookout for the LRTA.
Okay.
It'd be at Shed Park on October 11th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
So Paul originally requested October 4th and the 11th. He wasn't sure about a date yet.
Okay.
So he no longer needs October 4th.
All right. So Friday, October 11th.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Paul, do you run the RARA buses that go back and forth?
No.
No, the LRTA almost follow every day, so if I'm putting on something.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand the different groups, because if you, my sister-in-law has special needs, and she gets a bus all the time, so I wanted to thank you if you were involved in
Well, I
that.
have the road run I take once in a while, but I have my insurance that does most of my transportation,
Okay,
CTS.
okay. Okay, how many do you expect?
I don't know, I hope there's 50 or 60, I don't know.
All
I
right.
haven't count yet, but hopefully by next week, this coming week, I'll have one.
All right, and as far,
Tomorrow or so,
now as far as providing food,
I'll take care of it.
you're gonna cook there?
Yeah, the shop over.
Chocolate, yeah, all right, so you heard it the earlier thing. All right, what else do you need?
As far as what?
I don't know. You tell me.
Are you gonna be cooking there, Paul?
Yes.
You're gonna
I'm
be,
gonna have help, I'm not gonna do it myself, I'm gonna have helpers, help me to see that that's the problem that you're concerned about.
no, I don't.
Never a question, sir.
Our concern is what you're cooking and what you're using
Hot
to cook.
dogs and cheeseburgers.
But what are you using to cook?
He just told, he said charcoal.
Oh, chocolate.
Yeah, he already,
Chocolate.
I asked him
I'm
already,
sorry.
yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to get another grill from the Renter Center, I don't know how that will work, but I'm working on that this week.
Okay.
Hopefully it's just, I get a better count next week, will
All right.
make me feel more comfortable, and then I'll know what to order and get.
You haven't done anything like this in the past, have you?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
First time.
All right.
I always gave them fruit baskets on Christmas time.
Oh,
Every Christmas, I supplied them with a fruit basket, brought it to the garage, that's the one.
Could I just say something, Paul? Friday's gonna be a bad day to have a cookout for them. You know, they work on Friday.
I know that, I told him that, and he said, well, the boss went over it with me, and he says, well, this is the better day, so I know that was what's available, and I told him that.
all right.
I hope they don't change their mind in the last minute.
Well, my commissioner has said to my right, I think he used to be involved in doing that there, so they must have a lunch break.
Yeah, they have a split there. Most of them have a split and they go
They do
home.
have a split shift.
Some of them, most of them come in at 5:30, 6 o'clock, and they only work from, some of them work to 8, some work to 9, some to 10.
Most of them.
Okay.
Then they're off and they come back at 3 o'clock.
Day shifts, for like 8 hours.
8 hours, yeah. There's 19 drivers that get early out.
Yeah.
I just have to, I don't know.
Did you-
Tables you can supply for me, or if that's a problem, or I'll just have to,
Did you ask if we supply tables?
yeah.
We do not.
We do not.
Oh, you don't know?
We used to be in that business, and then it became too cumbersome, so we do away with all that stuff.
Well, I'm gonna have to see if I can.
Paul,
What?
did you talk to George Onassis
I
over there?
did.
Could you have the, over their grounds instead of having at the pavilion?
I told him Shed Park.
Because to be honest with you, I think you'd be better off trying to have it on their grounds than you are at Shed Park.
Really?
Oh, yes. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think anybody's gonna show up.
No? Well, if you say so, that's a good suggestion, I'll take that into consideration. I just thought it'd be a bigger space, so.
Yeah, it's a bigger space, but, no, they got a lot of space over
Space
there.
on Hill Street, yes.
Yeah, they have a nice area over there.
They have a nice area on Hill Street, yes. I'll have to talk to him tomorrow and see what he thinks.
Because this is gonna cost you money just to get the,
Well, that was the question, main question I was gonna ask you, how much would it cost for the 4 hours?
$170.
$170?
Yes, sir.
And that wouldn't count the custodian work?
That includes the custodian.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
it
there will be a
does.
custodian here, right?
There'll be
There will be somebody on site.
Yeah, the
So the only
fee would be
All right,
$50.
it would only cost you $50 then.
That's great.
Okay,
Only $50 for 4 hours,
can't beat that.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask a quick?
Yes, sir.
Mr. O'Neill, do you feel comfortable, since you requested 2 dates, do you feel comfortable maybe going with the 4th, and we can approve the 4th for $50? And, and then if but it wouldn't be in time for him to do the 11th if we approved it the 4th to come back.
More agreeable with the 11th. That's what
He wants the.
Oh, you want the 11th?
Yeah, he wants the 11th.
Not the 4th?
Yeah.
Okay.
George and I talked about it.
Okay.
On the phone.
I don't know where I am tonight, but
I'm
I'm,
gonna put a poster board in the
It's okay.
by the break room to show them exactly.
Senior
what
moments.
I'm gonna have.
Mr. Chairman,
Time, date, and everything.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the date of Friday, October 11th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for a fee of $50.
Okay, you have a second?
Second?
All right. Further discussion? All in favor?
All right.
All opposed? You're all set,
Thanks very much.
Paul.
Okay, Paul.
Okay, so you got October 11th from 11 to 3, and you'll have a custodian there, sir.
That's correct, so $50.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, the meeting's going on for much longer time, or?
No, we only got a few more people here, so
I didn't
hopefully,
sign in, you have to sign in?
I signed you in, Paul.
Oh, you did?
you got your Paul.
Thank you, Lynn.
All right,
Yep.
thank you,
Take it easy,
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael Capello, please.
First one here, he's like,
He says he's got a lot of money for us.
When you said everybody wants to offer us money, I said, not me.
That's why I said you're gonna give us a lot of money.
The fee down here says $5,200, so I don't know what you're doing.
I'll deny it myself. No vote needed.
All right, what do you need, Mike?
We were asking for the Gresco baseball field on Shed Park on the 10th from 11 to 3. We're just having a field day, team building for some colleagues. We're just going to have sandwiches and chips and stuff, no cooking, because I don't want to cook. Some people might run, but not me. The rest of them will just be like, bocce or yard games.
now who are you representing, Mike?
I work for one of the defense agencies based in Lowell here.
Okay.
But it's a defense contract audit agency.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions for us?
I think I went to Shed Park last Monday before looking at it, and they said the custodian was already there during that time.
Yeah.
And
So we're not charging
the only other question I was going to ask is if it happens to rain, because the forecast is kind of far out, would it be possible to set up a rain date for the following Thursday if it was available, just in case we're not able to use it next week? I'm sorry, not next week.
Yeah, I would have to check to see if it's available, but odds are during the week, it may be.
Yeah.
The following Thursday, Heather, for October 17th, if Shed would be available. Are you able to ascertain that?
I wouldn't know that off the top of my head.
11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Odds are it is.
Yeah. And we were only looking for the baseball field, because with the elongated outfield, that's more than enough room for us.
Okay.
And we're going to bring our own tables, food, bags, take all.
I know Lowell High soccer team plays out there.
What's that?
Lowell High soccer, freshman soccer team plays.
Yeah, they won't be
They
there
will probably
till
come in till
It
3.
won't be till after 3 though, Tommy.
I think online it shows
You
that
got school.
it's starting at 5:30 each day, and I want to go home to
Okay.
see my dog.
Yeah, okay.
And other people are going to want to head home too.
The only thing, if I may, Mr. Jim,
Yes.
is that, Michael, if you requested another date, we would, even as a rain date, we would have to charge you $50. And if you didn't use this Thursday because of rain, then possibly we could give you credit.
Okay.
But in order to reserve the field for you exclusively for that day, we would have to charge you another permit fee.
And would I be able to cancel it if that was not used?
If
or-
you were using it this Thursday, you don't need it, you could call back and say, we'll cancel it, we don't need it.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine by me. We'd rather have a backup plan instead
Yeah.
of just telling
Okay.
everybody.
I just
agree
want to
with
tell you
you.
what the policy, I just want to tell you what the policy is.
That works.
All right, we can make a motion, Mr.
I'll make a motion, well, he's gonna request a second date, but on the first date, I'm gonna make a motion on, I'll call this A, that, on Thursday, October 10th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., make a motion to grant that at $50.
I'll second it.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. All set.
So now he wants Thursday,
I'll make the motion for the rain date for October 17th, 2024, for a fee of $50.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
You're all set.
Just for, should I go in, log back into the MyRec and request it now?
Yep.
Or I'll do it when I get home.
Yep, whenever.
See on my laptop.
Before that date.
Okay.
All right, great.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, Mike.
Thank you all.
Okay, who do we have left here?
So, can we recall the last one, or is it too late?
No. What do you need, Mayor?
So, he had a permit request in for October 12th. I believe it was for South Common.
Let me see.
He
Well,
was-
let us,
Yeah, item 4 was South
item
Common.
4.
Yeah. They're looking to do a similar principle to Keo's idea. They're a separate team. They play for a team called Solo Touch. What they're doing is doing a charity fundraising event to bring Solo Touch down to Florida for the national USA flag tournament in January.
Okay.
There's already a permit out there for the Sunday, but they're looking to do a 2-day event because they're running multiple formats. So their permit request is for Saturday.
Right.
And they're gonna run into Sunday. That's already permitted, so.
I mean, they already have a permit for Sunday?
Yeah, Cheeky has the permit for Sunday,
Yeah.
and they're running it concurrently with him.
All right, so they're not gonna, so the only thing you're looking for is this?
Saturday, the 12th.
Right, all right, so
Right,
don't confuse us.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry.
All right. So, all right. Resident adult fee, $25, 5-hour block, $125.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion, if there's no questions, I'll make a motion to accept the time and dates as requested at a fee of $125.
I'll second it. Okay, good.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries, you're all set.
Thank you, everyone.
All right,
He's just here.
he is here.
Yeah, he's got nothing there.
Oh, all right. You just taking notes on us, sir? Just critiquing us? That's okay. You won't be the first. How am I doing? Okay. None of us are. None of us are. Time is undefeated. Okay, where are we going to? We at number 6 now?
Yep.
All right.
So,
Which other one were you doing?
That's Ryan.
oh, never
Shannon,
mind.
which other one were you doing?
I was doing, number
10.
10.
10.
Sorry
All
about that.
right. We'll do number 10 first. Jesse Stroud.
Okay, so, like I said, Mr. Chairman, Jesse couldn't make it tonight.
Okay.
Works for DPD. So, what we're doing as part of the upgrades at McPherson, the unused parking lot on the Hildreth Street side of McPherson Park, which basically only the condos use that parking for their personal parking, which they're not allowed, and they do it anyway.
Do it anyways.
We're converting that to a bike traffic playground, which is going to, lets the kids, use their trikes to
Okay.
go through, everything's going to be put on the ground and everything. So we want to do a mock setup on the basketball courts, invite the neighborhood around to let them know this is going to be coming. And they're going to have giveaways also, partnering up with the Bike Connect to do some bike giveaways at the event.
Okay.
So it's a city event, and they're just looking for a permit for that date. I believe October 5th.
Okay.
They also put in for a rain date.
All right, you'll take care of all
So
their
that-
needs and wants? Gotcha.
That's up in the,
Top
right
top.
to the pool, up in the hill there?
No, that's Eustis
The opposite.
parking lot. This is on Hildreth.
So that's the parking lot when you pull in to get into the park you're talking about?
Nope, that's on
I'm
Richardson.
confused then.
There's 3 parking lots for,
I know there's one, I don't know the name of the street there, that runs parallel with the park. And you get the Richardson Street.
you get Richardson, Hildreth, and then Eustis.
Bridge.
And then it's surrounded by bridge.
Okay.
So parallel to Bridge Street, the opposite
Yep,
side.
yep.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion
Okay,
to accept the time and dates requested at no fee.
For both, right?
On A.
On A, okay, I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, A carries.
I'll make
B?
a motion for the rain date on October 12th, for no fee.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. You're all set, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're going back to number 6, is that correct?
Yep.
Discussion in regard to item 7 from August 28th, Board of Parks meetings. Do we have a copy of item 7 on August 28th available?
It's copied exactly as it was.
That's what it is right there.
Mr. Chairman.
Oh, that's right here? Oh,
Yep.
okay, all right.
We didn't,
Okay,
the concession stand, we didn't vote on the concession stand.
all right, what's it,
did.
why is it
We
back
did.
here now then?
My understanding is that on August, we voted on everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were gonna discuss.
Field and the concession stand, I thought
Okay.
we had on in August.
All
The
right,
reason why it's back on the board,
okay,
when Ryan was here last month, he stated that it was gonna be an in-house tournament run by the girls softball who played in his league,
okay,
and it's not. It's being run by the New England Prime out of Tewksbury. And this is the flyer I received 7 days after that meeting.
all right.
And so there's an email that was sent to me with this, and it says, "Hello, gentlemen, this is Scott Giordano. I am now part of the organization of the New England Prime. I am coaching the 16 and under team on October 5th and 6th. We're doing a toy for taught little jamboree for the 12, 14, 16, and 18. Nothing was mentioned about
Yeah.
this organization running this tournament.
You got that, okay. Thanks.
Let me just give you a little history about this organization. We ran them out of town 2 years ago,
Okay,
and because they don't like to follow rules and regulations, for one thing. They ran 2 tournaments in the city here without coming in front of this board to get permits, because they don't like to pay for the permits. They've been running around all summer, trying to get fields. They got nowhere. They couldn't get any fields. So now, the way I feel, I think Ryan has just got the permit for them and gave it to them to let them run the tournament.
okay. Okay,
You know,
unfortunately, one thing, Tommy, Ryan isn't here to respond, and that would be an integral part of the discussion, in my mind, anyways. I know where yours is, and I totally agree with you. We should not sublease permits for other people outside the city to use.
can I say something
Yeah,
on that?
go ahead, please.
On the subletting?
Right,
Early in the spring, we sat down with the council subcommittee on the recreation department, and Mr. Rudy and I were there, and correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they stress that we did not they didn't want us to let anybody come in here, take a permit and sublet it out. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
right. That was my understanding, too.
This is what came from the council.
All right,
And this is what I feel that what's happening here. And it's not the first time this has happened. And this organization, they don't like to pay. They came in here in February, requested Manning Field and Ventura. We gave it to them for a fee of $600 for 2 days.
right.
They thought that was too much. That is cheap for 1 weekend.
Did they
So
pay it?
No, they didn't pay it. 2 weeks before,
They canceled.
they bailed out and they went into Westford, and I'm not 100% positive, but I think they snuck the tournament in, up in Westford, okay?
All right.
So, you know, this organization they've been giving us trouble for the last 4 or 5 years.
Okay. Okay, so, I mean, based on what they said, I would think it'd be position of this board, if everybody would vote on it, that New England Prime does not receive any permits from this board.
That's correct, they did not receive the permits.
Okay,
Ryan
but
did.
going forward, and I would like that if Heather, if they are requesting anything, to please let us know that they're not gonna get anything. And that's my opinion, now the rest of the board can vote me out, but if they're trying to run circles around us and play, and I also wanna get Ryan in here to answer those accusations. You know, I don't know what he did or how he did it, and I take Tommy's issues as, you know, concern. So we can't allow this stuff to happen.
It's not just, that night we talked with Ryan, I asked him if he's gonna use umpires, he says, yes, he's gonna get umpires. I didn't finish this whole thing. This letter I was reading here, it didn't go to the Lowell board. It went to the Lawrence softball board
Okay,
to get umpires.
because they didn't want us to know.
They didn't want, correct, they didn't want us to know, okay? And there's one thing about the umpires with softball. It's a tight group. We don't go into their territory, they don't come into our territory unless we ask for help. And it happens all the time. Lawrence calls up, we call our umpire in chief or our assigner and say, I need help. Can you get me some umpires? And this is what happened here. This gentleman from Lawrence sent this to our assigner here in Lowell. And it just, to me, it seems like it's sneaky.
I mean, I acknowledge, Tommy, that you are the primary person that understands the softball in this area.
Right.
You understand it hands down. So therefore, I respect your opinion of what you believe went on. You know, I don't know that much of the play as you do.
I mean, this organization, they try to get Drake, they shut them down. They're not even allowed to play in Drake because they did the same thing what they did in here, ran tournaments out there without getting permits.
About 10 years ago,
I'm
we
not
had a
talking-
similar problem
Right, okay.
with softball, dealing with people jumping here, there, and everywhere. And I don't think you were on the board at that time.
I've been on the board almost 10 years.
Okay, so it might have been before that, but, you know, it's something we've got to look at. Nobody should be able to do this. And
No, we're losing out on $900 for this weekend, the city.
I'm more upset that if somebody on our board took advantage of us.
That's the way I feel.
That bothers me more than the $900. The city will survive without $900. If we've got people that are going against what our rules and regulations are, then we better address that. That's my biggest concern. So, can you please put this on next month's agenda, Heather? Please.
I can, but it's already gonna have passed.
It's gonna, you know,
All right. Well, I'll bring it up out of order then.
Well, no, I can add it. We can
Okay.
definitely discuss it, but the permit's already been
No,
approved.
no, I'm
They're
not.
gonna use
no,
it.
It's not the permit that I want to discuss.
Oh, okay, the issue.
It's the issue behind
it.
it. And
Yep.
then at hopefully at that time, you know, remember,
I can do
Mr.
that.
Rourke will be here. That's what I want to discuss. So if we put it on here, then I won't forget it.
Okay, I can
That's
do
all.
that. Yep.
As our learned fellow in the corner says, I'm not as good as I used to be, so we got to write it down.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to agree with you 100% and with Commissioner Conam. But I'm not going to make any accusations without giving him at least a chance to speak for himself.
Oh, I agree.
Commissioner Rourke. So I'm going to reserve any comment about the application and stuff in front of us. But in general, I agree with you, Mr. Chairman, that we are doing our best here to try to put some fair and consistent policy and procedures together that's fair to everybody.
Correct.
And if we're going to have people that are going to just ignore them, then we have to take some stand against that. What that will be determined by this board at another date, but this can't happen with all the time and effort we're trying to put in of trying to, how do I want to say it, people just coming in here and using our fields and subletting our fields. That was the number one concern of the city council subcommittee, Parks and Recreation subcommittee, of that happening. And we told them that we'd be watching out for that. We promised them we'd be watching out for that, making sure that this doesn't happen. So
All right.
I think we need to further investigate it, even though it's happening this weekend. We need to further that dialogue and have that conversation. If in fact it has happened, then we have to, as a board, decide what we're going to do going forward.
All these dates were given out, that's correct?
No, those, yeah.
They were all approved, yep.
Are all approved. And that date hasn't come yet.
It's a week from Saturday.
We do have the power to rescind them all.
In my opinion, Mr. Chairman, again, I just think we're putting the cart before the horse somewhat, only because we haven't given.
I just.
No,
put that
okay,
out
yeah.
as an option,
I mean,
that's all.
we haven't, okay, I appreciate that. But it's hard to make that decision without getting the other sides. There's two sides
Oh, I agree
to every
with you.
story, and I want to hear what the other side got to say. And to render a decision prior to hearing from the other side, I think would be clearly unfair, in my opinion.
I think it's very clear with this poster that New England Pride is sent out, because it's nothing saying that Lowell was involved with it.
Like I said,
It's
there are
all,
too many questions.
it's
I
all,
agree
you know,
with Councilman- Right.
you know, we've had trouble with this,
Who gave it to them?
who gave what?
Prime.
We didn't give it to Pride, we gave it to Ryan.
Right.
We
all
gave
right.
it to Ryan.
So I don't know, is,
So they should have no
Where it
right
went
to using
around.
that field.
no, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. We also,
But this is, with this organization, that we've had them on, in front of us 3-4 years ago. We threw them out. We refused to give them permits because they ran 2 tournaments down at McPherson. They trashed the field. They left a portable pitching mound down there. They were urinating between the storage containers. I witnessed that.
yeah.
They have no respect for anybody. They just want to go in there, make their money, and that's it.
Understood.
You know,
I'm gonna call Mr. Ryan.
You know, I've done tournaments, I mean, these charitable things for the March of Dime, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The telephone company used to run a tournament every year. I was involved with them for almost 7 years. And it was never run like this. Usually when you have a, you know, March of Dimes or anybody, the players might pay $5 to $10 to play. They give them a shirt and they play
I understand
a
what-
game for
understand what
45
you're
minutes and
doing,
that's
right.
it. But to charge a team $250 per team to get into the tournament, and they're getting a permit for nothing, there's something wrong with that.
And that's a different policy to go down, what we charge and what they charge outside people. The here to me is the thing was given to one person, and then one person supposedly on the looks at, like they gave it to somebody else.
Yeah, that's what
That's
they
the
did.
issue. We've always been known that we don't charge people enough, and they scream. We should you know, and then we've been overridden by the council. That goes a long way. I don't want to get into that. What I do want to do is I can give Mr. Rourke a call, and if the board might agree, if I find out from Mr. Rourke that the thing was done underhandedly, I will pull the permits on them. Okay? Because I don't like that at all. At all. It's like telling us, guys, you've done a lot of work and now we just don't care. You know? I don't know where the answer's gonna be, but if I found out what it is, I will go on record of pulling their damn permits. I don't care if it's next week. I don't care if it's Saturday. They didn't care.
They don't. This
All right?
organization don't
Obviously,
care
that's
about
why I get
anything
the
but
opinion from you,
themselves.
and I also respect, I understand your position, Tony, and I also understand Keith's position, you know, so. In a way, it's somewhere in the middle. Remember, Kyle, what is your thoughts on this?
My thought is this. I have noticed that, I mean, when it comes, as I've spoken with Commissioner Contra before about like, how, like softball, how that works, like around here and all that stuff. I'm totally new to that. But it's one of those things where, I mean, I'd like to say, yeah, right is right and wrong is wrong. And honestly, this is, to me, it should not be so much, basically, that this is something where it's not that serious. Just pay the money, and then or whoever is supposed to pay the money, just let them do that, because this is, I mean, it's park space. Just do that. This is not something where it should not be that serious. I guess like that, and I mean that meaning like, if you're trying to skirt around it for this, what's the point?
Another thing too, can I mention too, it's not a sanctioned tournament either. They're just putting this together themselves and they just don't want to pay money out. That's the bottom line to anybody.
You know, I don't care if they don't want to pay money out. But if the thing was presented under false pretenses, that is what bothers me. That is what, and I don't care whether it's park space or that. When somebody says, and I'm not saying it happened, but if somebody lies to me, and then I catch you in it, hell has no fury.
And
Because-
then going along with that, for me, it's a lot of subterfuge for no reason. That's my thing.
Exactly.
That's,
Why?
it's a, dude, just, and I'm sure that everyone, if you have like 18 people, then that's what, $50 each? Fine, then you just do that. But that's,
It's not
it would
the-
be
it's
more.
not- It's not the money issue.
Yeah, so which that's what makes it more of an
Right.
issue
No,
for
I
me,
understand.
because you're really doing all that for this, like, when it's not that, yeah.
You say it's not a money issue, right? It's not a big money issue, but when, here's Gil that pays the city $10,000 to $12,000 a year, and he, they want to use his concession stand.
If we knew if these people weren't under Ryan's thing, what would the fee have been?
It would have been $900 for the times. If you have the times, 8 to 8, it's 12
And we
hours.
would have charged them for it.
Right, we would have charged
Okay.
them $900. And how much are we going to charge for the concession stand? If it's something last month, it was something new to us, we didn't know what we were going to charge. If it was going to be, we didn't even know it was going to be an outsider that was going to be using it.
And did they have the permission to use it? I don't know. We need Ryan here to answer some of these
The only
questions.
thing I don't see here too, I don't see a time. Dates, I don't see a time.
Yeah. On the right-hand
It's 8 to
side.
8.
Right here inside, not here. This is the.
Oh, okay. Thank you. What?
12 hours a
Looking
day.
at the tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I was looking at the tournament.
Okay.
This is the email I received,
Nice. Total subterfuge, Tommy. I agree with you. But let's find out where it originated and how it kept going. That's all.
So, Mr. Chairman, what do you recommend as far as motions tonight? Because we can't do anything legally. We can't meet again before this.
Our
date
hands,
because
we
legally
can
have to
meet.
have it.
We can have a special meeting.
I thought we need a special, a certain number of days before you can request an emergency meeting. City clerks.
I think we have to,
I believe the agenda has to be posted at least 48 hours before the meeting.
28?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
We could have one. If I talk to Ryan tomorrow,
Yep.
then I can contact and call everybody here and say, we need a meeting. We can set one up for
Wednesday?
next week, which is before these dates.
Yep.
Yes.
And then we would be able to do what we needed to do if that's agreeable with everybody.
I'm open to that.
And that's my plan.
I'm up for that too.
Okay.
So, Mr. Chairman, you want to make that informal motion that we have an emergency meeting, or you want to hold off on calling an emergency meeting?
Oh, hold off till tomorrow,
Okay,
okay? Everybody understands what I'm gonna do?
okay.
Yes.
If I had my way, I'd cancel them right now. I'm pissed. And I'm not
Especially with the council, this is one thing they really came down hard on
Well,
us.
it's damaging when I see a paper in front of me and I've got something else that's been requested.
That's this, right, Tommy? I have
Something
this
else
in front of me, right.
Right.
Okay.
But again, I think in all due respect, just hearing an explanation.
We need due process.
Right, exactly.
We need due process.
It's a union way. No.
Right.
The country went to hell.
Is this the, is it,
Unions.
Is that all, we all done
He
with
knows
this right
I'm
now?
saying that in jest.
Tom, isn't this the second one? Wasn't there another one earlier this year with
It
them?
was the second one, this is the second one that he's done, I can't
Yeah,
remember
this,
off the top
I
of my
can,
head.
I can briefly remember the other one too.
Yeah, Memorial Day, they ran that tournament Memorial Day, 32 teams that weekend. City should have gotten $3,500, I think, for that tournament.
Just
They
gonna tell
used, they used 3
Sorry,
fields.
guys, fields are closed. That's it.
But this isn't why we're discussing that. Is there any way we give out permits, it could be a block, what it's for? League play, tournament
We
play?
usually ask them when they come in.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean nothing. Ryan thinks because he gets a permit, he can do what he wants with it.
Well, we're gonna, I'm gonna
Tournaments
educate them
tournaments are
tomorrow.
separate.
The board used to ask for schedules from the leagues, but because of rain makeups and when they come in January for their permits, they don't know how many teams they're going to have, so they don't have the schedule set. So you guys used to ask for that kind of
Remember all
stuff.
that, Peter. Yeah.
But unfortunately, over the years, as leagues got bigger and smaller and changed, the schedules submitted were never accurate.
I have no problem with them coming in January and requesting dates for April 15th to June 30th. That's plenty of time, because their leagues get done by June 15th.
I want those people in New England to come in here.
They won't come in.
Well, you did that this summer with Lowell Youth Baseball.
What's that?
Lowell Youth Baseball, you did that this summer. You only approved them through, I think it was end of June, early July.
June
It made them
30th.
come back to do their fall dates.
Right. You know, they took the fall dates, and he took all the schedule, took all the fields again this fall, and he only got 22, I think it was 21 dates, 21 games. 14 at Martin, 5 at Mahoney, and 2 at Page. But he got all the permits for all the fields tied up. This is like next year, I think he's gonna have to come in, and when he gets the schedule, let us know.
Well, I know where you're coming from, Tom, and I don't disagree with you.
I don't
I'm
care if
just
he
saying
uses.
we have to make sure we do due process due.
Right, I'm not against him getting the permits, I'm against him tying up the fields and not using them, that's what I'm against.
And that's a problem that we've been fighting for years. It's not just the baseball leagues. We have the same thing with Lowell Youth Soccer and a few of the other
Yeah,
leagues.
everybody, whatever.
Nobody gives us the schedules once they get the permits. It's been like that for probably 15 years. We haven't gotten
How
schedules.
many phone calls I get? I'm a parent. I'm going by the field. There's nobody on it. Why can't we play on it?
Mr. Chairman, if I
Yes.
may, there are two communities that I've looked at, and I thank you, Heather, for supplying all these different cities and towns. It gives us a good insight.
Okay.
When you use, for instance, if you want to do a spring season, you take Berwick, for instance, you can only get dates between April 1st to June 30th, and the deadline for putting that application is by February 15th. So you can only, on a spring season, you can only request dates up until June 30th. Then when you do a summer session, you can do July 1st to August 31st. That deadline is May 15th. You can do a fall season, September 1st to November 30th. July 15th is your deadline. So they're not giving out a blanket thing in April and saying you're going to April, November. They don't do that in other communities. And I think when we take a look at this, we can get a lot of information in how we proceed going forward of when we're issuing permits out for certain dates with the deadline saying, okay, this is now spring. You can only request a permit until June 30th. Then if you have any further dates after June 30th, you got to come back into us at our, let's say at our May meeting and then request for further dates from July 1st to August 31st. So they're not allowing you to blanket some of these other communities just to come in, Mr. Chairman, from April 1st till November. So I think, you know, and I don't mind, I will sit down, of course, we're going to go over and talk about some of this other stuff, but I've started writing some of,
No, I think that's
some of
great
this
stuff.
information, these policies.
I like that Berica policy.
I mean, as we get involved in this handbook and this fee structure and everything, we're learning as we go along.
Yes, yep.
We've tried to do that with you guys over the years, and you guys haven't wanted to do that. We shouldn't be approving a permit on a Wednesday that goes into effect on Saturday. There should be a time limit of how far from the date of the meeting the events are. But the board has repeatedly told us not to do that, and you've wanted to keep it open like this.
Could you put
Now,
some,
the handbook has already gone to law, and law is going to get it to the council hopefully by Tuesday. So at this point, I don't know if we can add or change anything to it. This has been in our hands for about 15 or 16 months, and some of these items that are coming up now haven't been discussed and voted on by the board to add to the policy handbook. So I don't know what we can, if anything, be added now, especially if you guys want this set to go for January 1st. Because we only have one more meeting scheduled right now for the year for the board.
can Heather find out for us if we can add this before the first of the year? I like this Berica policy where you can only come in and get a permit from April 15th to June 30th.
If you guys give us a policy, we can send it to law tomorrow to see about adding it. But I talked to him today, and Corey said he hoped to have everything set to go tomorrow to go to the council. So I don't know if he'll be able to rework or add anything at this point.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I did speak with the city attorney, and we've had a long conversation about different things we can do. Just because if we don't have something by January 1st, a motion to amend that, it doesn't mean that this board, with the approval of the city council, can't put anything they want on the agenda.
Correct.
So if we want to amend it, I don't care if because you know what, come January or even February, we're not giving a lot of these permits out. a lot of people not coming in January and February and asking for the permits for the whole year.
We're not
We're not seeing it, we don't see that, absolutely.
No, I
So,
think we get a lot in February.
well, here's my point.
Depends on the year. Some years you are busy in January with the
Right.
leagues, other years
But
you're
my,
not.
my point is, Mr. Chairman, is that when, and if I may, and I don't want to get off the topic, but just using Worcester, for instance, if you want to use a tournament, if you want to use a non-synthetic field, the fee is before you, any other fees, before your maintenance, your lights or anything, it's $950. You want to use College Stadium? $950. If it's a synthetic field, it's $2,200. So we're charging, we just gave two groups in last month the right to use College Stadium, and we didn't even charge them $400. One guy was $420, and the other school was $320 or something. We had two maintenance guys, and then we paid for the lights. This is ridiculous what Lowell is charging at some of these. And I'm not saying our youth, please. I want people to understand. We're not talking about our Lowell youth. We're not talking about our youth or our Lowell high school. We're talking about outside groups using these fields. There's a lot of people in Lowell putting a lot of money, time, and effort in raising private funds to do that stadium over again. And I think this is a slap in the face when we're giving this field away for practically nothing. When these other towns are charging to almost $1,000, that's before you add in all the other maintenance fees and lights fees. That's just to get on to get a permit. So I think there's a lot of things, and I'm willing to work. If we have to have an emergency meeting to go over this again this week, I'm willing to work and take up the other issue we have before us. I'm all for that, Mr. Chairman. We got to have an emergency meeting to go forward and get this and speak to Laura about putting the amendments that we think that are already on the handbook that we've already presented. If we want to add a couple amendments, then we can highlight as a board that the amendments that we think are priorities, and then mostly tournaments that we've talked about, tournaments coming in, as well as I think I had.
Keith, I don't think that you guys added subleasing the fields to the handbook.
What's that?
I didn't see any language in the
that's another
handbook
issue.
for
Well, John
subleasing
talked
the
about
field.
that with Pierce, so maybe that's another issue we can put as a priority of
Subleasing's
subleasing.
not allowed.
No, and I think that's in there. It is in. I thought it is in the part of the policy handbook.
I didn't
thought
see
I
it.
did
I'll
see
check
that.
again tomorrow, but I didn't see it in there. When we met with the subcommittee and Councilor Mercier was talking about that, I did a quick look through and I didn't see that in there. And someone was telling her that they added it, and I didn't see it. And I wasn't involved when you guys were putting the handbook together because Haley was the one taking care of most of
I
that.
know we discussed it, Pete.
But I don't know if it was ever, the one that was approved by the board to go to the council, I don't think was ever added to it. So I can check again tomorrow.
And if it's not, we'll add it.
And maybe it's
Anyone
something- yeah, we-
subleasing will be denied permits for the next 10 years.
But even if you don't put in there dates for deadlines to approve stuff or telling people there's cutoff dates, you guys still have the ability to, like you did this past year, tell leagues, oh, wait, come back later in the year for those dates.
Right.
So even if it's not in there, you still have the ability to be able to do that on your own. It does make it easier to have a written policy in place to fall back on.
Right.
But you guys have already set precedent where you've told leagues you're not permitting for the full year. We'll permit you through the end of June, first week of July, come back through the rest of the year for your permits then.
I like Borica's policy where it's 3 different times they have to come in.
Thank you, Peter, for that. Thank you.
So
Can
Mr.
I just say something before we
Yep.
change? He's mentioned 2 towns. I read some of the Chelmsford. They used their turf field, it was X amount of dollars.
Right.
He wanted to use the concession stand, it was X amount.
Right, right,
Everything was
right,
broken
right,
down. This is why one of the groups that came in, and
That's why they come in here, because they didn't want to pay out there.
a lot
Yeah,
cheaper.
yeah.
It was costing them over $1,000 a night out there. And we charged them what? 200? And, you know.
Well, a lot of the other fees, Tom, what you also see with a lot of communities, they're charging per hour.
Per hour,
We
yeah.
charge a flat fee for 4 hours, and it doesn't even add up to, their per
They get
hour
for per
is
hour,
double
right.
what we're making out 4 hours.
That's correct.
So, Mr. Chairman, with that being said, I mean, there's 3 things that I had highlighted that need to be discussed, in my opinion, tournament fees, and MIAA sporting events. I'd like to know what's going on with that, if they have any
Don't
events.
go there.
I can tell you right now. it's-
Okay.
Don't go there.
And I want to do the subleasing of permits. We need to
Okay.
put some language if there's none in there. So I think there's not a lot, I think, that we need to amend, but we just have to sit down and try to come up with some
Get it done.
fair policy
Okay.
that's fair to everybody.
Everybody.
All right, when do you guys want to meet? What do you suggest, Keek?
I'm available mostly during the Wednesday night is usually pretty good for me.
Right.
Wednesday nights are good for
Are we
me.
able to do it next Wednesday night? Does that give us enough time to get things done?
And where can we have it?
Well, I'm sure if this is not available, I'm sure we can.
Yeah, we'll have to look into what's available for space, because we have this room, we have the DPD conference room, and then we have the conference room in our office, which is where we're gonna hold
Can I suggest something too, when we off-site from this location? You guys have a recorder so we can record our meeting?
I believe if we take the laptop and set up as a Zoom and we record it with the Zoom that way, I think there's a way to do that, but I have to look into with MIS what the best way for us to do it if we are off-site from this location. Because in the Hammer Conference Center and DPD and our conference room, there's no recording, but we
I
might,
just want the recording for our records.
yep, we
so-
might be able to figure
This
something
issue
out
right
with
here,
them.
When I called up Heather and I asked her if she had the minutes and everything, and, you know, we have no recording. This right here, we're on TV. We could go back and listen to it and see what I said or what Keith has said, or Kai said, and, you know, anybody talking.
Yeah, we'd have to, if it's not in this room, we'd have to reach out to MIS and find out what our options
for us?
are. Yep.
You know, we look back in the past and we're guilty of our own generosity. We're guilty of our own trying to deal with everybody to make the city better, and it's come back, people have taken advantage of our generosity.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman,
I don't like that.
before we adjourn, one thing, Heather, thank you for compiling all this. Now, the last meeting when we got this, this was as of June 26th.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the fees, outstanding fees.
Okay.
Are
We're
we-
gonna update that at the next meeting.
Okay,
as
okay,
well.
thank you. That's what I was going to ask. Thank you.
We already have it on the agenda, so what we'll do is we'll run a fee structure to see what we're outstanding for the year, and then one for going back to 2017.
Right.
We'll run it probably the day of the meeting, so that way you'll have the most updated the night of the meeting.
See that?
Because some of the leagues do wait till the end of the year to pay, once they're done, and then they pay, and then they're ready to put in the new permits for next year.
And I think, Heather, I think that may be another thing we need to discuss maybe with the attorneys about what type of legal action we can do. I mean, that's a substantial amount of money when you look at the back page of that. And I'm not sure that's all still owned, but some of it could have been paid. But, and some of these organizations don't even exist anymore,
Right.
like Northeasterners footballs and stuff like that. So, you know, how long do we want to keep it on, and or just count it as, you know what, you know, we got beat or whatever, and move on.
Move on,
But-
just forget about it.
But put some protocols in place that, again, that no fees be issued without prior payments.
Yeah.
Like the craft.
And that's why we brought Mayon Mitchell here tonight for the Kayla Balamotis
Yes.
outstanding fee, 'cause we wanted to make sure we rectified that prior to moving on.
Yes.
So we have started doing that, and we've brought these fees to the board a few times, and you guys have never chosen to waive any of them, except for the COVID-related ones during 2020 and early 2021. So we'll do a new fee, report for next month, the day of the meeting, and see how you guys want to proceed with it. And then what we do at the end of every calendar year is we do the same fee report, and we'll send it to our finance team, now the DPW finance person, and have them follow it up with the CFO for the city and see how they want to proceed with it.
And also some good news. I read today that the state is giving out something like over $25 million for park improvements. And I understand Lowell is in line for getting some of that money, according to the Lowell Sun tonight.
Good.
So that's good news for the Lowell parks, that we're going to have some outside money that's going to help us improve and maintain our fields.
I'm sure Shannon has plans for it.
Go a long ways if you use a union, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom.
Yep.
I mean, John.
All right. Any other,
Local union guys.
any other business to be discussed? Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Heather.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in
Please, everybody,
favor?
shut your mic off.